the Museum of Anthropology has reopened, but the back area is still under construction. Looks like they have big plans here. But we're gonna go inside and see what Ethos has done. The newly reopened Museum of Anthropology has a magnificent main exhibition space.
I was like, oh, now I've already done a course too,
So beautiful in here. One of the great resources of the Museum of Anthropology is its archives, which are in there. Inside the Museum of Anthropology, the official unveiling of the Atlanthos Canon, an 89-page book.
So we're going to start now. Thank you for your patience, and thank you all for everyone for being here with us to celebrate the GRIOTS.
I would stand up, but I'm wearing heels, so. Let me tell you how it all began. In a moment of raucous cacophony, propelled by those seeking to reach across the veil between life and death, something broke within the cosmos. The call of the ancestors. The spirit realm was where the ancestors of all times and dimensions came to rest. These ancestors were able to use songs and technology to glimpse into the worlds they had left behind.
Alright, we still gonna keep it moving right now. We just rewiring a bunch of stuff to make sure we get the best like audio for y'all.
It's totally African day today.
Keep it going. We still have some great music for y'all.
We've gone from Museum of Anthropology down to English Bay. And English Bay has been renamed for the African Festival.
Descent Festival.
To Joe Fortes.
We're going everywhere.
Joe Fortes Beach. Welcome to Joe Fortes Beach.
From Joe Burns to me now, and that's what they put from there.
I'm sitting here on Joe Fortes Beach with my good friend Anthonia
Ogundele of Nigerian descent.
Anthonia is the founder of the Ethos Lab that has helped our daughter immensely. As part of the program there, she has participated in the Atlanthos Canon, which was launched yesterday at the Museum of Anthropology. And Anthonia, I just can't believe it. I'm holding one of 50 books in the world, right?
Yes.
This is like a rare document. Very exotic, and you can see it's divided into 4 on the cover because there are 4 realms of Atlanthos.
Yeah.
So before we get to the realms, can you speak to me a little bit about Atlanthos?
Oh my goodness. Where do you want me to start?
Well, that it's underwater, I guess.
To like, how can we bring young people? How can we get together? And so they all had to come up with different worlds, and so part of the imagination was this world called Atlanthos, which is a combination of Atlantis, velocity of Atlantis, and Ethos. Essentially, it's a place where people were able to come together. But now through the Atlanthos Canon, it's really about how different diasporic communities can come together to create a new and inclusive society.
Right.
That which is called Atlantis.
Well, I love your description of Atlanthos as being a combination of Wakanda and Hogwarts.
Yes, we're at the intersection.
But canon is an unusual word for me. I sort of thought I knew the meaning of it, but maybe you could describe a little bit of what a canon is.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a canon kind of outlines key tenets or key parts of like a culture or a story. I mean, in comparison, Canon, or the Wakanda Bible, is 500 pages.
500.
That was for the first Wakanda, like to describe Wakanda.
This document actually exists?
It does exist.
I mean, another murky word, for some people anyway, is ethos, right?
Right.
Like our daughter, who was part of Ethos for 3 years before she realized, oh, there's a meaning to this word. And a griot is an interesting word too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How would you describe a griot?
A griot is a storyteller.
Okay. You're pronouncing it griot.
Yeah, griot.
No T on the end.
It's silent.
Four groups of people who form Atlanthos differ from each other, what their cultures are, what their ethos is, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so the reason why we came up with the canon in general was because there's one thing for Ethos Lab, we really center African Black history,
Right.
or the Black experience.
Yeah. Well, I love the result. It's an 89-page book.
Oh yeah, and that's version 1.
And this is version 1. Version 2 should be out for Black History Month,
Yeah,
February
Yeah.
2025.
yeah.
But version 1 is spectacular. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful production.
And I want to just like make sure that we say up front that while I'm the leader of the organization, it was Shola and Jazz that really steered.
Yeah.
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 And they worked really closely with Cleo and all the griots. And they're both phenomenal storytellers in their own right.
But a couple of things that I adored about this process is, one, I mean, it was launched at the Museum of Anthropology, which couldn't be more academic, right?
Yeah.
And in the actual African wing of the archives, where there was like these incredibly beautiful artifacts. That's the word I'm looking for. Incredible African artifacts, and in the middle of it is this book and all the support material, which you've given these young people permission to not be serious in the face of this really serious sort of presentation, right? And I thought that was a great, just a really, really nice, refreshing aspect, especially for a museum, which can be, a little bit on the sleepy side. The other aspect that I loved about this process was you put these young people in a room or at home and said, make it up, right? Like, you do it. And they they're used to guidance at school.
Oh, for sure.
They eventually got around to the actual work. It took them a while, but they got around to it and accomplished some really beautiful things, And
I think we're at a really pivotal time in our history as a society and as humanity. And I think that there's a real opportunity to make some exponential shifts in the direction of where we're going as a people.
Yeah.
And so the pandemic showed us that. We see everything that's happening in this world that's able to put this type of piece of writing, this type of canon at this time. It's really good soil to be able to make some really cosmic shifts culturally in how we create, how we connect as a people, and like how we think about the future. And so now a young person at Lord Roberts Elementary can pick that up and be like, I identify with space races. This is what it would be like, my life on that. And we know that fan fiction is such a big part of our culture.
Yeah.
That this is like, we wanted to have some good scenes for
Space races, you say?
Space races, even though I'm polytopian.
Oh, you're polytopian.
Yeah.
I think I'm one crew.
Oh.
One crew!
One crew is really, really
Well, one crew has an interesting shish kebab idea, I have to say. It's out there. It's really far out there.
It is. But the thing, I think for some adults, it might be like, what is this really about? But the youth are going to pick this up and be like, I know what's going on.
I totally agree.
Let's get in on, let's do this.
Yes. This has got legs.
It does. But what's going to happen now with the canon is now it's just going to be embedded with what we do in Ethos Lab. Kids are going to come in and they're going to be polytopians. We've started to play Dungeons and Dragons, so they're going to start having different names as well too.
Well, it's certainly gone places already. Thank you so much, Anthonia, for coming down to Joe Forte's beach.
Yes, absolutely. And again, shout out to Jazz and Shola on this amazing feat. work. Volume 2 is coming out last
February.
month, so
Yes. Well, this is my opportunity. Hold up.
I love your hair. You look like that guy from Dumb and Dumber. I can't do that.
Alright, my turn. It's awfully tall. Whoa, it's like going up a... Oh my god. It's like going up a roller coaster, you know? It's like... Yeah, click, click, click. Click, 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 click. Click, click, click. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's so tall! Oh, what a view! I look like Ozzy Osbourne? Oh, I wish! Here we go! Ozzy Osbourne's going down! You ready? Until next time!